Hello adventurers, Melderon here. Classic WoW is iconic because of its immersive world, mysterious dungeons, intense PvP, and social community. These aspects are what drive so many of us to venture back once again. However, there are many locations in Classic Azeroth that go untraversed, unseen, or even underappreciated. Some of these places are in plain sight, while others require some digging. This series' aim is to illustrate that there is no need to rush your Classic WoW experience, and to stop and smell the roses from time to time. Welcome to Classic WoW Gems. Greetings adventurers, Melderon here on a third installment of Classic WoW Gems. In this episode, we'll be taking a closer look at some interesting tombstones and memorials found throughout Classic WoW. Our first stop is in Hillsbrad Foothills. Hillsbrad may seem like an idyllic forested land marked with beautiful shores, vast pastures, and plentiful farms. However, the land has seen its fair share of bloodshed. During the Second War, Orcish marauders attacked the newly found settlement of Southshore and the people who fled from Stormwind after it was sacked by the Horde. And then during the Third War, the new Horde, under the command of the war chief Thrall, attacked Southshore yet again to steal their way into ships in order to found their new homes on the continent of Kalimdor. Also, there have been significant battles at Durnhold Keep and Tarren Mill. Durnhold, previously an Orc internment camp, was raided by Orgrim Doomhammer to free his brethren from slavery, and later, the sleepy town of Tarren Mill was taken by force by invading Forsaken forces coming from Tirisfal. Finally, in current days, Hillsbrad is infamous for the many skirmishes that occur between Horde and Alliance forces coming from Tarren Mill and Southshore respectively. Alliance-controlled places like the Hillsbrad Farms and Dungarroch are under constant siege by Horde forces. Because of its bloody history, Hillsbrad is perhaps the perfect place for remembering the dead. Many Warcraft heroes have lost their lives on these blood-soaked battlefields. Because of this, it is my opinion that the Vanilla WoW development team chose Hillsbrad when it came time to honor their dead by creating unique tombs in the area. There are two memorials in Hillsbrad. The first is in Southshore Graveyard. When entering the graveyard, you may notice that one tombstone is decorated with flowers. On mouse over, you'll see a tooltip that reads Decorated Headstone. And upon clicking the headstone, a dialogue window will appear that reads In Loving Memory of Jesse Morales. Jesse Morales, one of the original Vanilla WoW development team members, unfortunately passed away during the game's creation. The second memorial is located to the south of the entrance of Dungarroch, the Dwarven Outdoor Elite area. Here, overlooking the sea, we see a large tombstone and an NPC who is friendly to both Horde and Alliance named Rausch. Interestingly, Rausch will kneel and salute from time to time. On mouse over, we see a tooltip reading In Loving Memory. And when clicking on the stone, we are shown a window that reads Anthony Ray Stark, 1961 to 2005. Mr. Stark passed away due to a scuba diving accident and was a friend of some of the original WoW developers. Despite the sadness of his loss, Mr. Stark's first character, Rausch, stands guard at his tomb in eternal reverence. Our next memorial is not a tombstone at all, but rather an NPC. In the Stormpike area to the north of Hillsbrad Foothills and Alterac Mountains, we find a patrolling NPC named Captain Armando Osix. The captain's patrol route goes from the entrance of AB Cave to near the BG portal itself in the back. Unfortunately, information on this individual is scarce, but this character was made in memory of a player who played in the Italian guild Cavalieri dell'Alba on the Dragonblight server, who passed away. Players in the guild asked Blizzard to immortalize their friend by creating this NPC, and Blizzard did. The next memorial we will visit is located in the Barrens to the west of the Crossroads. On the top of a hill just south of the road, you will find an elaborate tomb with a spirit healer standing guard. On the tomb is a deceased armored orc holding a blade. This memorial is in honor to one of the original illustrators for Vanilla WoW, Michael Coiter, who passed during the game's development. At the base of the statue, you can see the letters MK inscribed into the stone in honor of Michael's name. Also, on mouse over the spirit healer, you will see the name Coiter come in the tooltip. Interestingly, this orc in Eternal Rest on the tomb is an exact replica of Michael's beta character. This is one of my favorite places to kill time in Vanilla. It's truly beautiful. Our last memorial is located in Duskwood to the north of Beggar's Haunt in a tucked away area. If you are looking at the entrance of the Broken Tower, make a left and continue around and north. After crossing through the archway, the pervading rot and death of Duskwood slowly gives way to lively-looking trees and flowers. Even the grass looks healthier here. There is also a beautiful waterfall to the left of the tomb. You'll likely immediately notice two large hooded figures holding swords. These models are nearly identical to those you'll find at the Dark Portal, and they seem to be guarding the unadorned and unmarked tomb below. On the tomb, there is a relief of a human male holding a sword. There are no other markings or plaques that can be clicked on and read. After doing some research on this, it would appear that this unmarked tomb is homage to tombs of the unknown soldiers in the real world. It is a common practice to construct these types of memorials for those who have lost their lives in wars, but could not be identified. What is still unknown, however, is whether this memorial is for Alliance soldiers who lost their lives in previous wars, or an homage to actual soldiers that were lost in the real world. Maybe it's for both. It's up for you to decide. In closing, I'd like to say that these types of memorials, although linked to the real world around us, actually provide more depth and immersion into the world of Azeroth. Death is something that unfortunately all of us have to deal with in points of our lives. However, these memorials help us make every second count in this amazing gaming environment. Before I say goodbye, I'd like to wish those who have lost their lives an eternity of peace. Thank you all. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for the next Classic WoW Gems. In the meantime, don't forget to leave a like and a comment on this video, and be on the lookout for new Def Camp Melderon TV content. And thank you patrons for making videos like this one possible. Keep on keybinding and grinding, baby. I hope to see you in Classic Azeroth. Greetings, adventurers. Melderon here. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you'd like to sport some official Def Camp Melderon t-shirts and hoodies, head on over to Brand Media's Def Camp Melderon TV merchandise website. The link is in the description below.